There's a person in every room who makes everything easier for everyone else. They remember your birthday. They check on you first. They smooth over the tension before anyone else even noticed it was there. Everyone loves them. Everyone leans on them. And almost no one asks how they're doing. Not really. Before we go further, this video is here to help you recognize a pattern, not to put a label on you or tell you something is wrong with you. Just take what feels true and leave the rest. Here's something most people never say out loud. The kindest person in the room is often carrying the most. Not because kindness is a burden, but because for some people, kindness was never really a choice. It was a survival strategy, and it started long before they were adults. This isn't about making you feel broken. It's about helping you see something that has been running quietly in the background of your life. Something that looks like strength from the outside and feels like exhaustion from the inside. If any part of this feels familiar, stay with it. Most people assume that kind-giving adults simply had kind-giving childhoods, that they were loved generously, so they love generously. And sometimes that is true, but there's another path, and it's far more common than people realize. Some children grow up in homes where love wasn't freely given. It was earned, not always through cruelty, sometimes through emotional unavailability. A parent who was depressed or overwhelmed or just not really present. A home where conflict meant silence, where expressing a need was met with dismissal, where the emotional temperature of the whole house depended on everyone staying small. In those environments, children adapt, because children always adapt. That's what a developing nervous system does. One of the most common adaptations is what psychologists call anxious attachment. The child learns very early that their own emotional needs aren't reliably met. And instead of shutting down completely, they do something quietly remarkable. They start paying close attention to everyone else's needs instead. They become the one who de-escalates, the one who apologizes first, the one who makes the parent smile when the parent seems sad. Psychologists sometimes call this emotional caretaking. Others call it hypervigilance toward other people's emotional states. Whatever you call it, it starts as intelligence. The child is reading the room to stay safe, and it works. But here's what most people don't realize. The strategy that protected you as a child doesn't disappear when you leave that environment. It becomes your default. It becomes your personality, as far as most people can tell. And what once kept you emotionally safe starts quietly working against you as an adult. Because you grew up learning that your needs come last. You didn't decide that. It was conditioned into your nervous system before you ever had the words to question it. And now you're an adult who genuinely doesn't know how to receive. You might notice it in your relationships first. You're the one who reaches out more. You track how others are feeling with almost effortless precision. But when someone asks how you are, you pause for just a half second too long. And then you say fine, or you say you're tired, but you quickly follow it with something lighter, something reassuring. Because making someone else uncomfortable with your pain feels worse than just holding it yourself. It shows up in conflict too. You don't fight back easily, not because you're passive, but because somewhere in you, conflict still feels like a threat to the relationship. And losing the relationship still feels like losing safety. Many adults who carry this pattern find that their inner dialogue is relentlessly self-editing. Before they speak, they've already filtered what they're about to say through a question they may not even be fully aware of. Will this be too much? In work, this often looks like someone who consistently over-delivers and under-asks. You do more than your role requires. You accommodate. You don't push back on unreasonable demands the way others do. Not because you lack confidence in your work, but because needing something from someone still carries a faint, old anxiety with it. And your anxiety itself looks different from the outside, because you've learned to contain it. You function. People describe you as calm, dependable, easy to be around. What they don't see is how much energy that takes, or how often you lie awake at night going through everything you said that day, checking for what you might have gotten wrong. This was never weakness. Read that again slowly. This was not a character flaw. This was not you being broken or too sensitive or emotionally immature. This was a nervous system doing exactly what nervous systems are designed to do. finding the strategy most likely to keep you connected, safe, and loved within the environment you were given. You became kind because kindness worked. You became attuned because attunement protected you. You became the one who gives because giving kept the relationship intact. That is not brokenness. That is intelligence. That is adaptation. The problem isn't who you became. The problem is that the original conditions no longer exist. You are not a child in that environment anymore. But your nervous system hasn't received that update yet. And that's actually where the possibility lives. You don't need to dismantle who you are. You don't need to stop being kind or caring or perceptive. Those qualities are real. They are yours. What changes is learning slowly and without pressure that you are also allowed to be cared for. That's not as simple as it sounds. Receiving feels unfamiliar. Asking for something feels risky. Being seen in your pain feels strangely more vulnerable than carrying it alone. But the nervous system can learn new information. That's also what nervous systems do. It starts with very small things. Letting someone help you without immediately deflecting. Saying you're struggling without softening it for the other person's comfort. Pausing before you automatically accommodate. Just noticing when you edit yourself down to stay acceptable. You don't have to stop giving. You just have to start including yourself in the people you give to. If you've stayed this long, it's probably because something in here felt familiar. Not in an abstract way. In a quiet, personal way. That recognition isn't random. It means something in you already knows this pattern. And knowing it is the beginning of not being quietly driven by it anymore. You are not too much. You are not hard to love. You are not broken just because love once came with conditions. The kindest people in the room deserve someone who notices them back. You are not broken. These were adaptations.